Today's episode is Dirt Cheap Sushi. I love sushi. I don't know if you've had it in a Japanese restaurant, but I like it very much in a Japanese restaurant. The problem is, it's a bit expensive even if you're a vegetarian. So what I'd like to show you how to do today is to make your own sushi, which is not only cheaper, it's safer. There are a lot of weird myths about sushi I would like to debunk for you today. Number one is that sushi is hard to make or takes super special ingredients. So let's see, when we're gathering ingredients for our sushi, what do we want to get? Well, let's get some fillings first of all. The fillings that I'm going to use today include avocado, cucumber, sesame seeds, onion rings that have been baked from frozen, vegan mayonnaise mixed with hot sauce. You will also need some seaweed papers, aside from your fillings. These are known as nori. Hopefully you have a grocery store where you can get these, and if you do, they'll be in the Asian section. If not, you can order them online and they ship very well. Making the rice. That reminds me of sushi myth number 2. That you have to use sushi rice to make sushi. It's just not true. I roll with brown rice all the time. You can also roll with basmati rice, arborio rice, or even long grain rice. The only rice I've found that isn't usable really for sushi is black rice because it doesn't have the stick. Sushi myth number 3. You must roll with hot or rapidly cooling rice. I'm not sure where this myth comes from, because if you roll with hot rice, the sushi seaweed papers, again those are called nori, they will kind of curl and warp, and not to mention if you roll with hot rice, you will burn your fingers. So in this video, I'm actually rolling with completely cooled rice that has been sitting in the cooker for at least 4 hours with no heat. Here I have cooked 1.5 cups of dried rice in my cooker, which is fluffed up to about 4.5 cups of rice. Mash in about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar into the cooked rice. You can also use regular white vinegar or the more traditional rice vinegar. Even though I had rice vinegar on hand, I used apple cider vinegar just for the purpose of proving wrong that you need a special kind of vinegar to make sushi rice. So that's sushi myth number 4. You need special vinegar and sugar for rice. Actually, you don't need vinegar and sugar at all because the sugar and the vinegar do not make the rice sticky. And then about 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar or to taste. You can also use agave, stevia, or cane sugar. Remember that I had about 4 to 4.5 cups of rice, so basically 1 tablespoon per cup of cooked rice. You don't actually, again, need the vinegar and sugar at all. Add a healthy pinch of salt, or about 1/2 teaspoon. Again, salt does not help anything to stick. Let's roll. Yet another sushi myth I would like to bust for you right now is sushi myth number 5. You need to use a bamboo mat to roll sushi. I never use a mat. I only use my hands. Nori has a shiny side and a dull side. It doesn't matter which side you stick your rice to though. It just looks pretty shiny side out. Tastes good either way. Take a glob of rice, I'd say about 3/4 cup or so, and spread it on the rough side of the nori. Cover all except a 1 centimeter strip of the nori with rice. Leave that small strip blank so that it may overlap the end of the roll when you finish. Now fill your roll. On the side closest to you, lay out a strip of sushi fillings in a narrow row. You'll get a better sense of proportion of how much filling to rice with every batch of new sushi you make. Like in music, practice makes perfect. Wet your finger with water and draw it over the strip once it's done. Now begin to roll. Tuck and tighten the roll as you go, capturing the fillings in a tight squeeze. As you finish, roll the sushi to even it out. Wet your knife and cut the sushi into 8 or so pieces per roll. The tighter your rolls are, the thinner you can cut them. Now you can plate them up like this. Et voilà, Dirt Cheap Sushi. Bon appétit!